I like to challenge the system on this video. It's very interesting that she's showing the original birthplace of mankind is Africa, in the village. But Europe is Africa. It's not that she all don't know it. European failed to settle in Africa. But just because they kill all the adults and they left only the children and all the ones who are inside job, they help to become the teacher and write the school book and feed it in the mind of the little ones. And when they grow up, that's the only knowledge they have, and they pass it on to the children they get out of them. For as long as you believe the book that is written 500 years ago, for as long as you believe that, and you think we are 150,000 years ago, it's sad that we still have a space to take a walk, because for 150 years or 150,000 years of dead people, I don't think there will be any space to take a walk by now. Sometimes I take a walk, I see a very old graveyard, but where the cow and animals are standing, if we are 150,000 years old, there will be no space for the cow. It will all be a graveyard. Let me play the video.
It's going to change the way we thought about modern humans.
In 1987, Kahn and her colleagues published a paper showing for the first time that the markers stretched back to Africa, showing quite clearly that this was the birthplace of the human race. New Guinean tribesman, Parisian bartender, American teacher, Polynesian farmer, all were improbable relatives linked through one black woman 150,000 years ago. Their findings caused a sensation.
The responses of people were sort of amazing. The public was genuinely interested in certain aspects of it, but there was a tendency to misinterpret the data because of the terminology used to describe this woman, African Eve. And people thought it meant the biblical Eve, the single woman in the Judeo-Christian Bible, the wife of Adam. I started working on human mitochondrial DNA so that I would have some kind of view that was objective, that would help me understand and help other people understand how humans around the world were related.
With this new science, she could. Harmless mutation happens all the time in some part of the mitochondrial DNA, leaving minute markers at every change. These markers are like barcodes and can be read in the same way. Kahn and her team discovered that
What is human beings are related? Let me repeat it.
For the human race. Professor Rebecca Kahn was the pioneering scientist who uncovered the first all-important clue.
I started working on human mitochondrial DNA so that I would have some kind of view that was objective, that would help me understand and help other people understand how humans around the world were related.
Okay. Your English is better than mine. Let me just try to post only one video. What's the meaning of really humans around the world are really related? When the lights come up, you can see different faces of the people. But when there is no light, it is dark everywhere. There's only one fresh air for the body of the people. The lights come on, everybody's eyes is watching. Each and every single one of you, it is just on the list. my grandmother and my body and my sister's body, from the day my grandmother was born till the youngest child in my family, it is 150 years old. Times that in thousands, that's where you are included, and the rest of the people in the world is included. There's more than 100 1 year old. There's more than 100 2 years old. If Michael Jackson is one child out of 9, there were 10, one died. But he have a vitiligo. Latoya Jackson have a vitiligo. Nobody's talking about Latoya Jackson. If Janet is still black, Phoebe is still black, the mother is not black, she's colored paint. The father is also paint, 5-time generation from the vitiligo generation. If Michael is the only one that changed and his brother Jermaine is still black, if he changed and he turned to pink and the rest of his brothers and sisters are still dark in the same period of the age, Michael Jackson is 50 years, but there's more than 1,050 years old. If one of the 50 years old, his blood cell change, his body change, determine the painting of his dick inside, and end up having pink children, painting the sperm inside of the woman that is also already pink the last 150 years. The vitiligo that came out from Michael Jackson, that's coming out of the people, it is over 100 years ago. But as long as the mother that is vitiligo end up having sex with the man that is a black man and have a baby that looks black, but vitiligo blood came out later and exposed the skin, that's what the pink people are made of. And the Asian face is because the sperm of the gorilla was taken and mixed in the lab and given the face that looks like the Asian. For as long as the Asian now look like human being, they can have sex with the Dutch and they make a pink baby and mix in the color. Now we have different lookalikes. Until you understand the only reason why we have black Indians is because they take the black people to have sex with the Chinese, and their generation go forward in time. That looks different. The way they dress differentiates them from the rest. Everybody have their own fashion and language. But it's the same people. It's not only when I say 150, it is 150 pregnancy non-stop. My grandmother don't have 150 child, but her sisters and sisters and sisters the last 500 years, they went and spread, and the children spread and making duplicate in the wall. Every decade, there are family in my family bloodline that spread all over the world, from studio to studio. The last 400 years, every 12 months. And every 9 months is 500 years. Human beings exist in that period because there was technology. Before, the gorilla was the human being. You have the pink one, you have the black one. And then they're getting beautiful and beautiful and beautiful. They're walking straight up. They can stay longer in the stomach. And that's why they turn into be beautiful. The gorilla is not pregnant for 9 months. The human being is pregnant for 9 months. The body, the machine is built to build beautiful faces. But the family affairs, the eyes of the human being, your eyes, my eyes, is a webcam. We fall in love with the face of the people. And we copy the face of the people and we print them out. Love is the face. You love the person you're watching. You watch the beauty of the face. Your eyes is a webcam. It's downloaded. And the consciousness of the wind that lives inside of every human being. Love the face that came out of her. And she copied the face again and get it out. And now because the face looked different. And now the face is real. But the face is not the same face that's standing. The body is just a photocopy. The body is traveling. Your body travel, my body travel. The same amount of time. You think I'm talking about my grandmother? Yes, she was 106, but she have a mother. Her mother have a mother the last 500 years. If she lived for 106 years, her mother lived for 100 years, the other mother lived for, it's 500 years ago. It's not difficult to figure it out. If she lived that long, it explains that there's not so many black people that can live that long. But if she lived that long, it only demonstrates and explains. Her mother lived that long. Her grandmother lived that long. The other grandmother lived that. So it's only 5 generations. And all my great-grandmother's children, if my great-grandmother have 10 children, those 10 children have so many. And they spread in the beginning, just spreading, no pills, no condom. Spreading every 9 months, 1,000 babies. But now, it's not the same as in the beginning. So now arrest the people, keep them in school. Send them to jobs so they're not busy making babies. In the beginning, there was no school. In the beginning, there was nothing. Kill the people. It's not difficult. Europeans failed to settle in Africa. They're showing the Dutch farmer going. They were sleeping in the night. And then the Zulu comes to kill them. And in the morning, they kill all the Zulu. They were shooting. Come on, piece it together. I know you, the system blocked the video. It was on YouTube. Do you think the black people just come in the night and burn all the Dutch people, and in the morning they have guns and kill all the Zulu? They're showing the blood flooding down the city. The saddest part is, in the movie, it looks like black versus white. But now they try to tell you, you came from the white woman. It's not difficult. Check Katherine Jackson's children and check Michael Jackson and his children. And back it up till 500 years ago. Where does the race of mankind split? And ask yourself why my older son is black and why the other children I have are pink this time around. The faces doesn't make us. It's the wind that lives inside of us make us. The light that is inside every house that make us. Without the wind, there will be no face to show off. In the darkness, everybody is equal. Under the light, no one is equal. Everyone is better than the other one. But if the fresh air stops for 1 second, and all the bodies are lying on the floor, the light will not see the day. $150,000 years. I think for you, the government, you have to think twice when you say it. 150,000 years? Come on. 2,000 years is even long enough to describe than 150,000 years. But if you don't say 160,000 years, and you say 150, I say the last 500 years. But it doesn't matter because every 100 years, the same little children gonna become the mothers. So we're stuck here. We only go the round circle, round circle.